All right, what's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to the chat this morning, man. Smooth groove. Hope everybody's doing well this morning, man. KU in the building, man. Had a little bit of a slow start this morning, man. I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. These morning chats, man. I be wanting to lay up in the bed. Hope you're doing well though, man. Smooth groove boxing, street heat in the building. What's going on, man? Alonzo Lambert in the building. What's going on? So what's up, OG, in the chat? Let's get this started. You know it. What's going on? Freddie Jimenez in the building. What's going on, man? Yeah, y'all hit that like button as y'all come in, man. I got my light on, and this thing is still still doing that fuzzy nonsense, man. All right, there you go. That's a little bit better. Man, it's crazy. Anyway, trying to work it out, man. What's going on? Black Fonz in the building, man. What's going on? John Love in the building. What's happening? Jay Spence, what's happening? Mike Kirkland, what's good? Southern T Boxing and Sports, man. I thought you was on live, man. I saw on my thing that you was on live, man. What's going on with you, brother? John Lee said, "Oh, OG Fanon, did the doctor get you balanced out with your blood pressure?" I think so, man. They put me on they gave me a different second thing of blood pressure medicine, and I feel better, man. I think it did. Raise your volume. Okay, that's better. You got it? All right, let me back up, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was going a little low on that volume, man. Smooth Groove Boxing in the building. What's going on, man? Street Heat in the building. Alonzo Lambert, what's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? Freddie Jimenez. Nelson in the building. Que pasa, homie, man? Nada. My man Black Fonz, what's going on, man? Jack John Love said, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Jay Spence, have a good Friday, y'all. Hey, man, happy Friday to you, man. End of the week, bro. John Love said, OG, did the doctor get you balanced out on your blood pressure? I hope so. I feel like it. I ain't gonna lie, man. I feel like it. I took that second they made a change to the medication. But, at the end of the day, dude, I just got to get rid of about 30 pounds, man. I can't just keep doing this medicine because that's going to have its side effects. But, yeah, man, I think I feel a lot better, man. I don't feel like I was feeling before, so I hope so, man. I'll see, man. I'll measure it later on today, man. What's going on? Good deal. What? Benzapril? I don't know what it's called, man. I never remember the name of the medications, man. Because in my mind, I'm trying to not remind myself that I'm on them. But, yeah, I got to do something, dude, because I ain't trying to have no stroke. You know what I mean? Because that ain't no joke, man. Yolanda B, what's going on? Say good morning, Fanon. Really enjoy your content. Thank you very much, man. Ma'am, I'm trying my best, man. Ringside with LCD in the building. What's going on? Salute to you, brother. What's going on, man? And said, and keep your cool, bro. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I've been doing a better job of that. Trust me, because I'm kind of wild with it. But I've been doing a better job. Say, yeah, you can wear the rubber suit and ride the bike. Yeah, I need to get me that rubber suit, man, and sweat it out, man. But yeah, dude, I'm gonna get back once I get done with this today. I may do a video, and then I'm gonna head up to the gym, man, and get on the bike and work it out, man. I just got to get this body weight up off me, man. Wayne Jones in the building. So what's up? Blessings up from Mighty ATL, brother. Yes, sir. What are you talking? Yeah, you was on there for a second. Yeah, I definitely saw you on there, man. What's good? Yeah, Be Easy said Fanon's gurus in the house. Yes, sir. Okay, man. So I gotta ask you a question, man. Some people didn't agree with a statement I made in my video, but man, I'm telling you, I think it's gonna be kind of tough for Terence Crawford, man. I think it's gonna be It might be the end of Terence Crawford with this lawsuit. No joke, man. I hate that he did it, man. DA said, order the Box Raw suit. Okay, that's what's up. I'll get the box. I was looking to get some Box Raw stuff, man. Ray Patterson said, what's up, Mr. Martin? You have great content, always on point. Thank you. I try, man. I try. It's not on point for everybody, but for supporters, it definitely is, man. I'm telling you, man, I feel really good. Wow, I feel really, really good, man. I think that stuff might be working. I don't feel like I was feeling before, man. He said, my bad, fool, accident. What is that, man? What you mean? Nah, man, don't say that. Bob can't freeze him from the outside. I'm just saying, I don't know. Well, first of all, John Love, it's like once you sue people for that stuff, man, they can get on edge about that, man, and think that you may be trying to do that again, man. You know what I mean? Send me Mrs. Perlman's link. I'm not sure what that is, man. Oh, you hit somebody on accident. You can unhide them, no? Unhide them. Just Dubai said, glad you're feeling well for non-salute. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, dude, I was feeling like I could feel it, that my blood pressure was high, man. I could feel it. And I feel good this morning, man, real good. I actually rested. I was going to get up like at 5:30 this morning and go exercise and go work out, but I didn't. I wound up staying in the bed a little bit, man. He said he meant to hit Judah Banker. Trolls in here reckless already this Friday morning. Dude, I never see him. Hey, y'all let a troll slide for a second so I can see a slide, man. So I can see one of them trolls, man. See if I can keep my blood pressure from rising up too much when I see the trolls, man. He said, vindication, all those Bud fans are mostly trolls, are mostly gone. Malik Allen, I'm telling you, that is proof that they were never Bud fans. I'm telling you, dude, those guys are just Aerospin. Most of those guys are just Aerospin's haters, and they don't know what to do. I told you. I was like, as soon as the second that Bud said something that they didn't like, dude, they gonna throw Bud under the bus, man. And these guys ain't calling racism on Bob, man. You see George Foreman jumping out there and Muhammad Ali's daughter jumping out there saying, no, we stand by Bob. We stand. I mean, dog, you don't think he got it? You don't think he got a row of black folk ready to say, dude, thank you for everything that you've done for me in my career? You know what I mean? Get This Smoke said, free Errol Spence Jr. and the PBC. It's funny, man. Said, Beezy, grab that black sea oil and take a teaspoon in the AM and at 1 p.m. It works, brother. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that. But I don't know if I can do it both with the medication and things like that. Because I got anyway, but yeah, I got to work on it, man. I got to get that, and I'm going to get on that exercise, man. I got to get that. Said Bob on that, I got black friends. Hey, man, believe it or not, dude. Believe it or not, bro. Believe it or not, that shit works. That stuff works. My man, Ja Muhammad in the building. What's going on, Ja? Crawford is going to be great because in the industry, everyone is a predator of the other promoter, and they will jump to join forces to end Top Rank. I don't think so, bro. I don't know. I don't think so. Because we know who they are. We know who they are. And they are Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn already said out in public no. Because Eddie Hearn was signed, man. Eddie Hearn would sign anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Eddie Hearn said he had $1 billion, dog. What is that? Clayton Wilson said, just like her sister, cooing, downing, shields. What is that, man? I don't get that. What is that? That said, Mike Cardenas says Crawford is done unless he signs with Mayweather. I think so, man. I do, because honestly, man, would you sign him? Be honest. If you were a promoter from what you know, would you sign Bud? Being litigious is not good. Being very picky about who you fighting ain't good. Being expensive, dang ain't good. Dang sure ain't good. And having nobody to fight him. The only people that have the fight, the only person that really truly has fights for Bud is Al Heyman. That's the only guy, man. Dude, he better go. I'm trying to tell you, Bud better go run into Al, man. Dog, y'all, for one time, bro, you better listen, okay? Hold on one second, man. Let me write. Dang, where's my pen, man? Man, I ain't got no pen. Man, that medicine got me feeling better, man. I got to take it for the first time this morning. I'm telling you, man, I feel way better, man. I feel way better. I got to get on that Bud. He said if Bud is blacklisted, he can continue to fight his mandatories like Gary Russell. Yeah, who's going to promote the fight, man? And who's going to pay him? He could continue to fight his mandatory. That's right. They'll order the fight. And he'll have somebody negotiate it, go to a purse bid, and not make very much money. Giovanni Walker, much love in that super chat, bro. He said George Foreman has always been an Uncle Tom. Man, I will tell you this. George Foreman George Foreman has most definitely always been somebody that is on the safe side of things. I will tell you that for sure. I don't want to call him, man. I don't know him to call him something like that. However, I will say that he is somebody that is more of the conservative nature, without a doubt. He is a patriot that is very, very happy for his opportunities that the United States of America have provided for him. And he is not somebody that is going to run around, that is going to accuse anybody of racism. That's not George Foreman's style, for sure. I agree with that. But but you know, I'm not about to I'm not going to call cats Uncle Toms, man. I don't like that, man. I don't like calling people coons. I don't like calling people Uncle Toms, you know, unless it is just so readily apparent, you know, that it's just like, man, like Big Dude. What's Big Dude's name, man? The guy from, man, it's on the tip of my tongue. Jason Whitlock. Unless it's Jason Whitlock, man, I'm just not gonna throw it on top of him, man. You know what I mean? I just want to be. That's why I just want to be, you know, unless a man actually shows me and proves it to me, I can suspect all I want. You know, about the racism. What do you mean? What racism? See, dog, you can't have it both ways, friend. So that's why Ali worked him the greatest. Hey, and he stopped limitless combat, stop the racist BS. Dude, let me tell you something, bro. Calling somebody racist isn't racist, limitless combat. Do you see how you sound really bad with that? You cannot at the same time when I suppose that you are trying to defend somebody from being called a racist, to turn around and call the people that may be calling him racist. Okay? Stop it. You can't defend, that's being hypocritical. You don't know if people are accusing, man. They may very well feel that way, man. He may have had run-ins with Bob Arum where he really truly believes that that's what the scenario is. You know what I mean? You can't read other people's minds. Unlike, you know, somebody like Paulie Malignaggi. I mean, I don't care what you say. I think Paulie Malignaggi is racist. I'm not gonna lie. I personally think Steve Kim is racist. I listened to what those guys were saying. I was listening to those guys talking about somebody dying, man, and like giggling about it, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, hey, you know, if you don't do what somebody tells you to do right when you do it, you know, they're busy. Like, what? Like, Paulie Malignaggi straight up defended this man killing somebody because, hey, dude, he has a long day ahead of him. And the longer you take in doing what they say they're going to do, the more chance it is that they're going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? You mean everybody's got a lot of paperwork, man. Everybody got a lot of work to do, Paulie. What do you mean, man? So, like, you know what I mean? Anyway, man, so I don't like to get into a lot of that stuff, man. On the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr., man. What's going on, brother? He said, salute Fanon. You're sounding good this morning, brother. I'm trying to tell you, man, I feel good. Matter of opinion, that's not a matter of opinion. That's flat hypocrisy. You call somebody a racist for calling somebody else a racist. You're being a hypocrite. You're doing one thing and you're saying one thing and doing another. That's a hypocritical. You don't know if these people are racist or not based off what you've heard. But yet you're saying that they're being racist because they call somebody else racist. What kind of stupidity is that, man? That's hypocritical stupidity. And that's just what it is, man. You're doing exactly what you're telling other people not to do. Don't call people racist, you racist. What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like telling people not to steal while you carjack them. Stop, man. Look, man, I ain't one of these idiots that are going to sit up here and tell you that racism does not exist in the world. And it is not prevalent. It is. However, at the same time, I can't tell you whether Bob Arum is or isn't. I've never interacted with the man. You know what I mean? And on top of it, you know, maybe he's not. Maybe, like I've already told you, he's got all kind of reasons. That's not come on. That's what you did, Limitless. You cannot call somebody racist because they're calling somebody else racist. You're racist because you're calling that guy racist. That is hypocritical, man. That ain't no come on now. That's what you're doing. You're doing exactly what you don't want other people to do. You listening to what somebody else says and then doing the exact, and then criticizing them, but doing the exact same thing. You just said stop. You just called people racist. Because of what? Because they're talking about the fact that Bob Arum may be? No, that's not it's not impossible that Bob Arum's a racist. It's not impossible. Just because you got black folk you like, there could be a whole lot of the black folk that you don't like. Nobody ever thinks that they are. Limitless, fair enough. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. You know? Anyway, Giovanni Walker in that super chat, brother, thank you so much for that support, bro. He said George Foreman has been kissing butt since his grill came out. Oh, well before that. Well before the grill, bro. He went well before the grill. Dude, he's a conservative preacher. He's a conservative black preacher who in 1968, when he won the Olympic gold medal, in the same Olympics where the 400-meter runners were doing the Black Power sign, after it, he took an American flag and was waving the American flag around, dude, right when everybody else is protesting. Nah, bro. Floyd, that's just how he is. He's just a conservative. He's just a conservative Christian. And that's how cats roll. He was that way before the grill. However, I'm just trying to tell you, that's his prerogative. You know, nobody knows the solution to this stuff. So that's how he feels. He feels like the United States gave him an opportunity. He feels like Bob Arum gave him an opportunity, right? Dude, that's fine, man. It's okay for that man to think that way, man. I'm not going to call that man a this, that, and the other name because of that, because that's how he is. Dude, there's a lot of cats that I know, like dudes that I went to law school with, man. There's dudes that I went to law school with that are very, very conservative guys. And they are not coons. They're not. They don't believe Democrats as far as they can do it. I'm serious. They don't trust Democrats for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And they've got in-depth arguments for exactly why they don't trust Democrats and why, you know what I mean? They got that. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, dude, they got very, very good points. There's other people that are very, very much the other way, man. Nobody knows the solution to racism, man. So I'm not pointing no fingers at black people, calling them. I'm not tearing down black folk because of their opinion. Unless you're Jason Whitlock, at which point in time I'm like, boy, you buck dancing. You need to cut it out. Because he just talks bad about black people 24/7. Like, man, will you stop? Is everything's our fault, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like the whole world is us, it's us. Man, shut up, man. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's keep it moving, man. He said, Carver Williams said he got all them investors and businessmen around him. He ain't talking bad about anybody. He knows better. I mean, man, he may feel that way too, though. He feels that way too. Truthfully, he feels that way. That's why he's around them, because he feels that way. Don't lunch. They feel that way, bro. My brother is like that. Love my brother to death, man, but my brother's like a libertarian. He feels that way. Trust me. They feel that way. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Fahim Sator said, what's the common denominator with all these people? Money and opportunity. Absolutely. Just like Umar Johnson. Yeah. What you think about that, man? Just like Dr. Umar. Money and opportunity, brother. Money and opportunity, man. That's why I'm saying I'm not pointing the finger either way at any of these people, man. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, man. At the age, when I was 36, I might have. When I was 22, I might have. But after having seen like both sides of it, like really seen both sides of it, dude, I'm telling you, man, we really best to take care of ourselves, dog, and talk boxing. No joke, man. I get up in the morning, dog, trying to figure out how to make a buck, man. Ali Chavez said, good morning, Fanon. Gonna check out BUSR for bets on NFL playoffs. Shout out from Yuma, Arizona. Definitely do that, bro. Definitely do that. And if you bet this, make sure you do, and then let me know you did. So, because y'all ain't been depositing that money in there. I'm trying to tell you, I'm about to be able to give you guys money over there on busr.ag/Fanon. I'm going to be able to give you extra money. So if you lose a bet, bro, you get your money right back. Make sure y'all go check it out, bro. I'm serious. Make sure you check it out. And if you do wager, put $10 in there, man. It ain't gonna kill you. Put $10 in there, make it, and let me know, because I'm telling you, I'll be able to get you some of that back if you don't win. You know what I mean? He said, great show. Let's get the likes up. Absolutely, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit them likes, man. We got 364 people in the building. Y'all hit the likes. And also, thank you to everybody that supports in the Super Chat and everybody that supports in the Cash App. It is greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated, man. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, you're going to see, I'm just not as, I don't judge. I'm not judging either side of that, man. Terence Crawford feels like that man is a racist dude. Then Terence Crawford needs to makes that statement. If Bob Arum feels like he's not, dude, Bob justifies why he feels like that's not the case. And you know what it is, and it goes on from there, man. You know what I mean? I don't think Terence is a bad guy for doing it, for saying it. And I definitely don't think Bob Arum is a bad guy for defending it. You know what I mean? Defending himself. Terry Shmoo said, Bob Arum is more black than many of us. He made black boxers 100,000 heirs. Bob gets a hood pass to the barbecue and gets a full plate. Now I know you trolling, man. He ain't. But, it is what it is, man. I'll tell you what, though. I ain't trying to hear Muhammad Ali's daughter. You know what I'm saying? I know that. Man, like, will you shut up? Trying to tell you, man. Y'all, man, stop. John Muhammad said, this is not the first time that Arum is being sued for his racist practices on black fighters. We need to stop evading the truth. Who sued him for that? I didn't know that he got sued. Breach it. Let me tell you what he's getting sued for. Okay? All right? Exactly. S1 Dubs said, stop lurking and start liking. Look, man, let me tell you what he's getting sued for. All right? Because I didn't read the brief, but I did go to MMA Payout and I listened to the lawyer that does the break the case down, because I wasn't going to read it. I mean, I'm just going to tell you, I ain't going to read it. He basically said this is what he's getting sued for: breach of contract, because he in 2019 he was owed 2 fights and he did not get that fight. So he's getting sued for 4.5 of the 10 million is related to a fight that he did not get in 2019, either 18 or 19. And he's also getting sued because he did not get the Errol Spence Jr. fight. He was paid $900,000 along with when he fought Igis Kalvanakis, he was paid an additional $900,000 because he wasn't able to get the Errol Spence Jr. fight. So the question is whether or not Bob Arum still, because he paid the $900,000, whether he still owed him the Errol Spence Jr. fight or not, right? Because he paid the fee of $900,000 because he wasn't able to get it, right? But does that mean once he paid the $900,000, does he have to pay $900,000 and still get him the fight? Or does he have to pay him $900,000 because he did not get him the fight? Do you hear the difference there? That's the lawsuit. The lawsuit isn't about Bob Arum being a racist. It's not. Now that is in the complaint, right? And they throwing it around for sure. But that's not the gist of it. The gist of is breach of contract. And I'm sure he's been sued for breach of contract before. You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. So anyway, that's what it is. So just to let y'all know, I did get the breakdown. I did get the breakdown of the drama. Bob sees green, not black. He's not racist. Hey man, he sees green. Here's the problem with the racist. You're not gonna get the cat on that unless he calls you the N-word. He called you a monkey. If he called you a monkey, even if he said, look, man, the black demographic doesn't really buy fights, that's either true or not true. I'm trying to tell you, that's why I never call people racist. It's impossible. It's impossible to prove unless they admit it. If they admit it, you got it. If there's like a systematic pattern of it, you can make a very good argument that there's a systematic pattern of it. It's going to be very, very difficult to prove that with Bob Arum. While Bob Arum has, 3 or 4 black millionaires on his payroll. You know what I'm saying? Like, he signs black fighters and gives them opportunities, man. You know what I mean? Whether or not he's going to do everything you want him to do is one thing or not. You know what I mean? Racism and racial bias. Oh, that's fair. Great point, bro. Racist people rarely admit to racism. They will. What do you think about Stevenson announcing a big upcoming fight, which everybody knows is Oscar Valdez, the day after Crawford files a lawsuit? That's not what happened. That didn't happen. Trust me, I did a video about it, but I didn't release it. I did the video about it 2 days ago. That happened. Stevenson made that Twitter post 3 days ago. He did that before the lawsuit was filed. So nah, that didn't happen, bro. Tobias Cash said he never got the $900K. If he didn't get the $900K, that's breach of contract because he said he did. But my understanding is that he got paid that. My understanding was that he got paid that. But like I said, I just got the general breakdown of it. I've still not done it. He said on his IG, it was on, yeah, but he did it on Twitter 2 days. He did it on Twitter 2 days before that, bro. I'm telling you, he did it on Twitter 2 days before that. I can show you. Hold on, watch. It's older. That's older. Mike, what happened is there ain't no real news in boxing. So Mike Benson put that up and posted it 2 days later. Hold on one second. Shakur. Trust me, dude, I'm on Shakur. I pay attention to Shakur. I know when he originally said it. Shakur Stevenson said on January 12th, which was 2 days ago, my next opponent is going to be a big surprise. Pound for pound me, please. That was on the 12th that he said that. It was on the 12th. And today is the 14th. So it was the day before. That actually came out before. That. So if he had got it, he would have got it the day before that. I don't think that there was any, I don't think there's necessarily any connection, man. Mike Kirkland in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for your support, bro. He said, I don't feel a bit sorry for Crawford. He went back to Bob Arum and did almost nothing to promote himself. Hey, I'm going to tell you, dude, I don't feel sorry for him either. I ain't going to lie, bro. Honestly, but that's personal for me, Michael Kirkland. And thank you so much for your support in the super chat. It's personal for me, man. I have to tell you, bro. It's personal for me. Because the people in his camp, did you read it yet, Fanon? Yeah, no, I got it. Hey, Richard, I got it. I did. I didn't read it, but I got the breakdown of it. So I know what it is. I got the breakdown. But the contract is still not available. Contract's still not available. But we don't know that fight is Oscar Valdez. I'm telling you, man, he said pound for pound me. When he said pound for pound me, I don't know why he would get pound for beating Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez is a walk in the park. Oscar Valdez ain't a pound for pound fighter. Vasily Lomachenko is a pound for pound fighter. I'm thinking it's just as likely to be it's just as likely to be Vasily Lomachenko. That's what I think. What's this? Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Yeah, got that. All right. Hey, did you know the Top Rank? Yes, at John Muhammad. Yeah, absolutely. He said, did you know the Top Rank was created by a partnership between Arum and the Nation of Islam, which in turn years has a sue Arum for such, which in turn years sue Arum for such practices? No, I didn't know that the Nation of Islam sued him. I just figured I thought they bought Wallace Muhammad out. I just thought they bought Wallace Muhammad out when there was a break, when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad died. But yeah, dude, Bob Arum always talks about he founded, man. Bob Arum was a bookkeeper for Muhammad Ali and Herbert Muhammad. That's why these guys come to my chat and talk about that he founded, like he saved the career of Muhammad Ali. No, he did not, bro. No, he did not. Oh, now see, watch this. Nah, Fahim Sator said, Fanon, it was a pandemic and Arrow had a very bad car accident. Isn't that an act of God or nature? No, I don't think that you're talking about, is it a force majeure? I don't think that's force majeure, but it does go to whether or not he was available. Whether or not Errol Spence Jr. was available for the fight. And I'm telling you, man, that word available is real tricky, bro. Available could be like, nah, dude, he doesn't want the fight. He's got another fight he's taking. He's not available. I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's the word available. He had to be available. My God, I feel good, man. Oh man, I most definitely got to get on this bike and get on this workout better, bro. No joke, man. This little extra bit of this medicine helped me feel a lot better. Hold on, man. My thing flew somewhere. But yeah, John Muhammad, I knew that. Absolutely, I knew that. Yeah, it was Wallace Muhammad. Or Herbert Muhammad. Robin Soto said, good morning, brother. How are you? Hopefully, Crawford? I am well, brother. Thank you for asking. Hopefully, Crawford can get everything he wants and fight Spence and Ennis by years in thought. I hope that he gets what he deserves. I'm going to be fair about this, dude. The Nation of Islam sued him. Yeah, I didn't know that. No, I did not know that the Nation of Islam sued him. But I always did wonder. He said, hey, that verbal sorcerer, I'm trying to tell you, he said he's available. What available means is open to interpretation. But look, man, this is what I hope for Bud. I hope he gets what he deserves. Whatever that is, I hope he gets what he deserves. Because quite honestly, the fact that he re-signed with Bob Arum makes me real suspicious. The fact that he is not, Bud all of a sudden playing Black Power Ranger, it just kind of makes me feel a little bit like, really? You know what I mean? Like, if Deontay Wilder said something like that, I'll be like, oh yeah, Deontay Wilder, that's, Deontay Wilder is very, very black. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know, bro. You know what I mean? It's kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say about it. I hope that whatever is fair happens. Excuse me. That's what I hope. I hope that he's treated fairly and his complaint is heard and given fair consideration. I will say that, bro. You know what I mean? But not every accusation is true. Bob Arum, Bob Arum been around a long time, man. So, hey, my man, Limitless Combat, man, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, bro. I forgot to thank you for that super chat, brother. And thank you so much to everybody that supports in the super chat and supports in the Cash App. On the real, you guys help a brother a lot, man. No joke. Y'all are some real supporters. And Limitless Combat. I'm telling you, man, do not believe the hype that you hear. I really, if you've ever heard hype about me, trust me, I'm a very fair individual, bro. I try to be fair. I go out of my way to try to be fair. Unless you're dealing with Dillian White, at which point in time I will guarantee you that I am not going to be fair at all. You know what I mean? Chillville in the building. What's going on, Newt? J Tob, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Please, what's up with you, bro? Please don't call me handsome. I appreciate if you're unless your name is Jaina, something like that. You can kill on the handsome. I appreciate that though. Darren Griffin said, I feel like Bud outmaneuvered Bud, and now Bud wants some get back. Well, he could honestly feel like he breached the agreement. He didn't give him the fights that he said he's going to get. And that's not surprising. That's what Bud said when Bud was getting when Bud got off the stage. He's like, man, you never got me the fights that he said he was going to get me. He said that he was promised a Manny Pacquiao fight. He said he's promised the Manny Pacquiao fight, and he didn't get the Manny Pacquiao fight. Dude, but man, when somebody don't keep promises to you year after year after year, come on, man. You know what I mean? Especially when he's over there saying he didn't have any other, acting like he couldn't have signed with your boy. That's a fiduciary breach in itself. What is a fiduciary breach? Like is it not like an accountant? The fiduciary duty is a trust, right? Fiduciary is like financial trust. Bud always outpriced himself. Well, I mean, he got super paid, bro. He got paid very, very well. He got paid a lot. Jay Brown, I never get those. Man, thank you. Hey, brother, I appreciate you, bro, because I never get those. I'm like, thanks, man. I see other cats getting them big ones like that. Y'all, you showing out, Jay Brown. He said, for 9, how did Bud not learn from Mayweather's situation with Arum? Much love in that super chat. Piss poor management. Piss poor management. For $50, I'll tell you the blatant truth. Piss poor management. Terrible advice, piss poor management. That's what I think. I think Bomac went for the guaranteed money because Bomac was going to get paid, and because Bomac was going to get and Bomac got a lot of promises to get fighters in his gym on fight cards. Bomac is his manager. That's where that ends. Poor management. Because the relationship between the boxer and the promoter is the manager. That's the go-between. If you have a manager that's looking out for your best interest, and dude, his manager told him to resign. Now you eventually wind up and signed additional management. Rick Mo said, that's crazy, bro. I was just flirting with you. That's funny, ain't it? I'm trying to tell you, dude, hey, dog, I'm trying to tell you, there's a lot of those dudes, man. A lot of those dudes watch boxing, man. A lot of those dudes. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a breach of a financial agreement. The fiduciary duty, though, really is not. I don't know if he's got a fiduciary duty because he's not as accountant, he's not his lawyer. Whenever I hear like a breach of a fiduciary duty, that's when like you're suing your accountant for negligence, or you're suing your attorney for screwing you over in a deal and not giving you and double dealing with you. I don't know if Bob Arum has a fiduciary duty to him as his promoter. I think he's just got a regular contractual agreement, man. But Jay Brown, man, that is huge in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, bro. John, yeah, okay, breach of, a financial agreement. But no, I mean, it is, well, every agreement has a lot of agreements have financial aspects to it. I just don't know whether or not, that really is a breach of a financial duty. I thought fiduciary duty is like what you owe, to give as an accountant your best practices to the people that you're representing, right? Or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Fiduciary is equal to a trustee, but it could be anyone with the financial duty to perform. Yeah, but not a promoter. I don't think that's a fiduciary relationship. He's not managing his money. He's not managing his personal affairs. The manager has a fiduciary duty because he's actually out there managing his money. I do believe. Man, John Boy in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. Same applies to a promoter. I don't know, man. You'd have to explain that to me. But it very well. I'm not trying to say that I know everything. Trust me. If it does, and you guys have good reason to believe it does, that's fine with me. I'm just saying when I typically hear, John Boyd, thank you so much for your support, bro. Thank you, because y'all supporting the Cash App and the Super Chat is huge. Thank you. Deborah Booker in the building. What's going on? Say good morning, Fanon. That's funny. You got to admire that they think you're handsome. Well, you're a handsome dude, and I can say that because I'm a woman. Just wanted to correct that for you. Thank you, Deborah. And I do know you're a female. I definitely know that you're a woman. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. It's funny though, dude. Like, yeah, there's a lot of guys that that are obviously like dudes. And that's on them. Knock yourself out, bro. But they're usually the ones that are doing the hate videos. Like that's the only reason that's the only way that I can deal with that I can explain their obsession. Because otherwise, dude, they're just like, you know what I mean? And the funny thing is, bro, that I started showing my face because cats would say that. They're like, oh, you some fat, ugly, toothless dude sitting in the basement. I'm like, man, so I got sick of it and I started showing my face. Like, I am fat, but I ain't toothless and I ain't ugly. So deal with that yourself, homie. Fanon, can you elaborate on the whole Bomac involvement, please? Oh, yeah, Lawrence Ingram in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for that support. Thank you so much, bro. Yeah, absolutely. He's the manager. And on a boxing show about 2 years ago, he got interviewed on a boxing show. And he said that he was very happy with the deal that they signed because he was promised, that they were going to get the big fights, and they got a high guarantee, right? And that's why he did not take him over to the PBC because the amount of money that they got, although it may be lower than what they could have got with the PBC by doing pay-per-views directly with the PBC and all that, it was high enough so that everybody around him was going to eat. He talked about Bud. He said the trainers, the sparring partners, and everybody in B&B is going to do well. So, Bud, you can go back and listen to it. You know the show I'm talking about. If you listen to what those guys were saying, what Bomac was talking about, he was happy about what it was going to do for a lot of people whose name ain't Bud. You know what I mean? A lot of people whose name is not Bud. When you're dealing, if you're going to make a deal, you're supposed to look for the financial interests of Bud, not the financial interests of Bud, Bud's trainers, Bud's sparring partners, Bud's neighborhood buddies, all of that stuff. That's why they took that guaranteed money. And that was what Bomac said. Because that's when Bomac said that cracked the joke that Errol Spence Jr. Hey, man, what's going on? Jimmy J. Smooth Network in the building. What's going on, brother? I ain't seen you in a minute. He said, yeah, we've been telling this for years, Fanon. Remember we said this? Absolutely. Been saying it, dude. But here's the thing. That's the relationship of a manager, to give you good advice. And you can judge the manager by how good the advice is that they give. You know what I mean? BoxRec shows Bomac record is 7-14. I mean, Bomac obviously is not a world-class boxer, bro. I think that the guy that does most of the but that don't mean he's not a good trainer. But he's his manager and his trainer, Just kind of like I think that I don't like what Eddie Reynoso's doing as a manager for Canelo. As a manager trainer, man. I don't like that manager trainer stuff. I don't like it. Especially with Canelo, because that manager situation, bro, sucks. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, they may not think it, dude, but they are ripping that dude's reputation, man. Canelo's reputation. Because if Canelo keeps fighting these dudes, man, that dude's reputation is going blah, blah, blah. And it don't matter what all you Canelo fans can say what you want. I know and remember how high Canelo Alvarez was held in regards by people before. I'm telling you, dude, he is a big money fighter, but he's never going to be, I'm telling you, it's just going to come back to bite him eventually if he don't start fighting these guys, man. Anyway, Giovanni Walker said, from my understanding, Crawford resigned the Top Rank because he did not want to get shelved. Now, man, when has Bud ever got shelved? But Bud has been getting his fights, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Zeus, y'all hear that? Oh, hold on one second. Yeah, they're going nuts because the lawnmower people are outside, man. So they're just going bananas. Can y'all hear me okay? Let me know in the chat if y'all can hear me okay. And also, man, thank you again to everybody that supports in that super chat, bro, and everybody supports in the Cash App. Omaha lawsuit speaks for itself. They all wrong. Errol Neville dodged. Nah, man. Dude, first of all, none of those guys are Terence Crawford fans. Did any of them come out and support for Terence? Y'all let me know. Did any of these channels that are on Errol come out and support Terence in this? Or are they silent? Or are they completely silent and staying out of the way? Say, oh, we love that's what's up, man. Robert Rose said, Canelo don't care for now, but when he retire, it's going to come back to bite him. I mean, dude, it is, I just don't like the fact that that's what Eddie Reynoso's clearly doing. Is looking for soft touches, bro. That's what he's on, man. And Bomac took the easy route, bro. And then all these guys want to talk bad about Errol, but Bud is the one that took the easy route. He took the guaranteed money, and he took promises from somebody that he probably didn't believe himself. Because Bud ain't stupid. You know what I mean? He hadn't kept promises before. Why would you believe him now? Now that's not saying that he didn't breach the contract, though. Fahim Sator said, Fanon, sounds to me like the well went dry at ESPN for B&B, and now they're trying to rob the bank. Oh, bro, well, they lost all them champions. They lost their champions. That's what happened to them. They had Maurice Hooker, lost. They had Jamel Herring, lost. Man, y'all showing big love today on this Friday. Jay Brown in the building, man. Much love in that super chat, bro. I said, Jay Brown said, I know Bud is rich, but he should be super rich by now. He lost out on a lot of money. Yeah, he did. On a lot of earning potential, no doubt. He left a lot of money on the table. Damian Daly said allegations, as I said. What's allegations? You gotta, hey, give me the whole statement, bro. But I love that y'all are in the conversation going back and forth with each other, man. Wordzar Power said, all I'll say is this. It's weird for Foreman to speak up on another black man's issue with another when Crawford is telling his experience with Arum. Ali made him money, and so did George. Yeah, and George could have, and honestly, dude, George could have picked. But I mean, that's his friend, man. Those guys been friends for 50. They've been friends for 50 years. They've been business partners and friends for 50 years. But I'm seriously don't give a fat rat about what Ali's daughter says. Like, you can kick rocks with all of that. I bet you ain't never met a race. I bet you ain't never met anybody in your life you thought was racist. Her, I ain't big on her. First of all, her son sucks and don't deserve no contract. Okay. How about that? You know what I'm saying? How about your son ain't got no business getting featured on ESPN? And I know you do like Bob overpaying your son, for pimping out that name like that. I got that part. But read Damon Bailey. I can't read above, bro. You got to put it at the end, brother. You can copy and paste so I can get it. Damian Bailey, and there you go. See there, I'll read it. There are allegations that Bob was using the tactic of threatening to shelve fighters if they didn't sign an extension prior to their final fact or on their existing contracts. That is a fact. I know that because he did it. Because he did that to. He did that. He threatened. He threatened Teofimo Lopez in public. Damian, that ain't no doubt. I know he does that. That ain't necessarily racist, but he definitely does that. He will strong arm the shit out you now. He's strong arm, but because that's what he said when Teofimo Lopez forced that fight with George Kambosos to purse bid. When Triller won that purse bid, Bob Arum said, "Look, you're within your contractual rights to push this purse bid." But there may be consequences later down the road. Like you're not going to get these fights that you want later down the road. So that's what he said that, man. You know what I mean? He said it. So I know that he did it because he said it. He said he'll do it. Bob Arum ain't shy. Bob Arum has said that. If you don't do it, I ain't going to do it. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. In those contracts, it's written like that. I mean, I've read boxers' contracts. And when I was like, and I read them and I was like, okay, this is how they could do you easy. If you got a minimum, for a fight. And the minimum is extremely minimum. So if they don't like what you're doing, they will literally pay you the minimum. They'll just give you the minimum. Your minimum may be $15,000. So all they got to do is pay you $30,000 for the year, and that's it. However, you need more than that to live. It's going to cost you $60,000 to live. Your minimum is $30,000 total. You can't live off your minimums. You can't. So you're going to either have to take an advance from them, or you're going to have to fight and take the fights that they say, so you can get a bunch of fights that they want, bro. You know what I mean? Chillville said, "Buzz, my boy, he too slow to lie." Nah. But I don't think he's a liar, though. I will tell you that about Bud. I don't think Bud's a liar. Maurice Baldwin, man, thank you so much, loving that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. He said, the real truth no one wants to say is that Bud never signed to the PBC because he didn't want to get trapped in that Al Heyman demon contract consult fee that no one can get out for life and can't sue it and can't sue all. That's not true. I've read their contract. Maurice Baldwin, I've read the contract. First of all, his advising fee, his managerial fee is lower than most managerial fees. And on top of it, if he doesn't pay you a certain amount of money, he doesn't get paid. So say, for example, he gets you a fight for anything less than he can write in his agreement. If you do not get it, if I ask you to take a fight for less than $150,000, I won't take my fee. Also, his managerial fee is $10, is 10%, where other people's managerial fees are 30%. Also, he let Mikey Garcia go to the zone. He let Daniel Jacobs go to the zone. He's let people out of the contract. Like, if you don't want a contract, let him go. Not in the enforcement of those contracts, bro. Al Heyman will let you go. Now, I understand. I've also known people that have dealt with Al Heyman, and if he asks you to do something and you don't do it, he may wind up letting you go. You know what I mean? Like, nah, like if you don't want to fire your trainer, if he wants you to work with a trainer and you don't work with the trainer that he wants, you may find yourself having a much more difficult fight than you might necessarily have wanted to have. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that he's an angel or anything like that, but he doesn't have that he doesn't have that reputation. You know what I mean? Much love, Maurice Williams. And by the way, dude, that's, like I said, that managerial fee is a lot less than the promotional fee that Bob Arum is getting, because he's not charging a promotional fee. He's charging an advisory fee, which is a lot less. William Ward said, Fanon, do you think once Canelo lose to a top A fighters, he will then go to Mayweather to train for black fighters? Nah, I think if he loses, he's going to go into retirement, dude. That's a rich dude, man. Much love in that super chat, bro. Mo City Menace said, hey, thank you so much for your support. Mo City Menace, man. Hey, what's going on, Prince Bullies? I'm chilling, man. You know what it is. Just having a good Friday. Happy that I slept in a little bit. Feeling energetic. How are you doing, brother? Mo City Menace says, yo, Martin, Bud's not a liar, but he's been highly misinformed throughout his career. Dude, Bud knows what he's doing. Bud knows what he's doing. Bud was risk adverse. Didn't want to take the chance. Took guaranteed money over risky business. Because it's not guaranteed, bro, that you're going to get those fights in the PBC. That's what he said. He said, look, man, how do I know if I sign with the PBC that I'm going to be able to get those fights? That's what he said. He's like, look, Errol signed to the PBC and he's not getting those fights. Because he said that before Errol fought Danny Garcia, before he fought Sean Porter, and before he fought Mikey Garcia. When Errol was still getting ducked. And by the way, he was also saying that Keith Thurman was the fight that he wanted. And he's saying, look, Errol's not getting those fights. Errol's not getting the fights that he wants over there. So how do I know if I go over there that I will actually get those fights? Which is a reasonable thing. But as it turned out, Errol got those fights. And Bud didn't get the fights. But you know what it is. But I am very interested, and I don't know. I didn't check the website. I didn't check, bro. Are these guys that are so pro Bud Crawford last week, are they supporting Bud in this conversation going on about Bob Arum? Are they supporting him? I want to know, because I'm telling you, if they're not supporting him, that they are nothing but Errol Spence Jr. haters. They are not Bud fans. They're Errol Spence Jr. haters. They're saying silent, ain't they? Real quiet on it, or not supporting him at all. Oh, but now because didn't we say as soon as something comes up that does not involve Errol Spence Jr., they're all going to throw Bud under the bus. All of them, right under the bus. Or they're gonna act like they're nowhere around, bro. I'm at least giving Bud fair consideration in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not brushing off what the man has to say, which, by the way, George Foreman does not have the right to do. And nobody should ever do that to somebody else that claims that. Dude, that is between that person and you. That is a different relationship. Bud ain't making him millions and millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Bud ain't making millions and millions of dollars. And I'm telling you, man, Donald Sterling, I'm quite sure there are people out there that like Donald Sterling, right? When Donald Sterling, like, oh yeah, Donald Sterling made millionaires out of a lot of black fighters. I mean, a lot of black basketball players. You know what I mean? Made millionaires out of them. Whole bunch of them. Guess what happened in the end? Got caught on that tape saying all kind of crazy stuff, bro. Ron Miller said, Martin, do you think Bud's case has merit? From what I can see, it does. The breach of contract does. I'm not going to say who's right or wrong on it, but the breach of contract, yeah, I think it does. Because what he said was, I was promised 2 fights a year. So it was either 2018 or 2019. I did not get the fight. I did not get 2 fights. I only got 1 fight. So you owe me $4.5 million for the fight you did not get me because my contract calls for 2 fights. So in that particular instant, yes, that has merit because I can look on BoxRec and see he only fought 1 time that year, right? I think it may have been the year he fought Amir Khan. Whatever it was a year. Matter of fact, let me look. So I just make sure I can tell you the year. Terence Crawford in, man, God dog, I'm glad I took this medicine. I'm going to go work out right away. In 2020, he only fought Kell Brook. So in the year 2020, when he fought Kell Brook, he was owed two fights. Also in 2021, because I think it goes from October to October. So yeah, so 20 to 2021, from October of 2020 to October of 2021, he only had 1 fight. So he's saying he owed him $4.5 million for that. So provided it actually says that in the contract, then yeah, he has merit for $4.5 million of that claim. The second one is whether or not he owes him, he still owes him an Errol Spence Jr. fight. So $4.5 million plus $4.5 million is $9 million. And then maybe he's saying another $1 million or $900,000 roughly because of the fee that he is owed for not getting an Errol Spence Jr. fight. Now, and that's what I'm saying. It just depends on the reading of the contract from what I understand. Do you guys understand what I'm saying about what the issue is? Right? The issue is not whether or not Bob Arum is racist or not. That's not what he's suing him. He's not suing him for racism. He's suing him for breach of contract. And he's claiming that the breach is that he didn't get 2 fights in 2019. He only got 1. And his average pay was $4.5 million. So he's saying you owe me a $4.5 million for the fight I didn't get. Then you owe me $1 million for not getting me the Errol Spence Jr. fight. Plus you owe me the money for the Errol Spence Jr. fight since you didn't get it. So that would be 4.5 plus 4.5 is 9 plus $1 million is the $10 million. So do I think it has merit? From everything I can see, it has merit because I know he only fought 1 time that year, and I know he didn't fight Errol Spence. So merit, yes. Will he win? I don't know, because you could say, look, there was extenuating circumstances. Errol Spence Jr. wasn't available, and we agreed to get the fight if he was available. Well, Errol had a car accident. He wasn't available. Errol fought Danny Garcia. He wasn't available. Errol was supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao. He wasn't available, right? So they can make an argument that anytime Errol had another fight or was planning another fight, he wasn't available. So since he wasn't available, I don't owe you any money because I only have to give you the fight if he's available. See what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, dude, I hope Bud hired a very good lawyer that puts a definition. And if I ever get to see the contract, I'm going to tell you, put definitions in your agreement. A section where every word is clearly defined. What do you mean by available? Most people would just say available means, yeah, he's available. He could have fight. He's not dead. No, available to me means that he doesn't have another fight. Because if he has another fight, he's not available. If he's in negotiation, he's not available. Right? If he doesn't answer my call when I call him, he's not available. Got it? So yeah, man, absolutely. I think it has merit, but I don't know if he's going to win. However, the suit itself is not about racism. He said they are pissed about the treatment and saying that Bob didn't do what he's supposed to do because of that. And if he wasn't that way, he would have, and maybe they're using that as is to give an explanation for why he didn't do it, right? Instead of using Bob Arum's explanation, which is Errol Spence wasn't available and we're in the middle of a pandemic, right? That's what I see just outside looking in, bro. Why do you think he brought the racial stuff up? Because a lot of Caucasians are upset about that phenomenon. I would suspect that he brought it up to give a justification for why he breached the contract. Bob Arum is going to say, look, it is because of a pandemic and Errol Spence Jr. had a car accident. That's my explanation for why the contract was breached. Right? So if there's a reason why it can't happen, they may excuse it. They may like, no, that's not a breach of contract. It would just, the contract was impossible to perform. You know what I mean? So they're not going to hold you responsible for it because it was unforeseen circumstances. There were unforeseen circumstances that the parties didn't take into consideration, right? When they reached the agreement, right? So say, for example, you have a contract, you pay somebody money to do something on a certain day, certain place, and then, you know, the army bombs the entire city, or they shut off the city and you're not allowed to perform, right? He could say the reason I didn't perform is because I'm not allowed to perform because of COVID and the fact that Bud's not available, right? I mean, Errol's not available. He could say, no, you have a history of not performing. You have done this to many other people. So don't just say that this is me. You have a pattern of not doing this. You didn't do this. You didn't keep promises to or properly promote Floyd. You didn't keep promises or properly perform for this guy, that guy, the other guy. Right? And they're giving their explanation for why he breached. Now, also, they're probably doing it also because they know that it's incendiary. And because it's incendiary, Bob Arum may say, look, dude, I don't want all this dirty laundry coming out. So look, man, I'll settle with you. Like, I just need this to go away because even if he doesn't feel like he's wrong, if they start dragging out a bunch of other stuff all over the place, it could really damage Top Rank's reputation while they're going through it. So that probably could be why. I think that's a combination of why they did it. One, to give an explanation that they feel is to explain the breach. And number two, to put Bob Arum in an uncomfortable situation where he may have to settle it just to make it go away. You know what I mean? Kind of like, people did to Michael Jackson when they were like, yeah, I'm going to accuse you of this. And he settled. Like, yeah, I settled because I don't believe I did it, but I don't want to be in court for years and I don't want my name drug all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And much love in that super chat to my man, Jay Brown. Thank you so much, bro. Bud also need to sue Bomac's big ass. Man, but what's he going to sue him for? You know what I mean? Gregory X in the building. What's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? But yeah, that's just my take on it, man. That's what I think. That's why I think. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Ron Miller said, I agree. Bud is probably pulling a race card to threaten Top Rank's reputation and press Bob Arum to settle with him. I don't think it's a race card, bro. I find that race card comment disrespectful to the suffering of all kind of people. Bud may very well believe that that's the case. Bud could believe that that's the case. Couldn't he? Floyd Mayweather Jr. said the same thing about him. Bud is a better fighter than Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, and Bob does not promote him like he promotes those guys. And that's obvious. But dude, the race card is highly disrespectful to a lot of people that have died, man, and a lot of people that have suffered because racial bias is very, very real. The difficulty with it is that it is hard to prove unless somebody actually admits that that's what they did. But that's why it is so useful and it is so effective, because it's so hard to prove. It's so hard to put your finger on, because you can say, oh, no, it's not. It's the money of it. No, it's not. It's his performance. No, it's not. It's his SAT score. No, it's not. It's the fact that he didn't go to a good school system, but you don't explain that the reason that the school system is poor is why. Because there's no funding to the school, right? Or because there's people or a bunch of people in jail because of a crack war. All kind of stuff. It's very, very difficult to prove that. And so any individual situation, you got to kind of, it's always up in the air whether that's the case, unless the guy literally says it. And literally says it. I saw a black dude walking through my neighborhood. He didn't belong here, so I shot him. Right? Well, the reason you shot him is because he's black and he was somewhere you didn't think he belonged. Right? Yeah. Well, that's racial. Very racial. You're admitting it. So I would say, there you go. Ryan Mills said apologies. Yeah, man, no worries, man. Trying to tell you though, give me my credit. Hey, can I get my non-biased credit though? Yeah. Trying to tell you, man, I'll play it fairly, bro. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super chat and everybody that supports in the Cash App, man. Thank you guys so much for a very, very fun conversation. And make sure if you guys are going to wager on the NFL this weekend or on basketball, that you take advantage of the promotions that we're doing over there with my partner BUSR at busr.ag. Put /Fanon, use the promotional code Fanon when you deposit money over there, and you guys are definitely going to be able to take advantage of the promotions. Anyway, Juan Delon said, I hate it when people cry. Aaron Bennett from Bud doing good. That racist stuff makes no sense. Yes, it makes sense. Why it doesn't make sense to you? Because that's not you. It's not supposed to make sense to you, homie. People, guess what? People made money off slavery. Is that racist? People made money. People make a lot of money. Making money is one of the number one reasons for racism. You know what I'm saying? He made a lot of money off of them. That means he ain't racist. Come on, man. Keyshawn Jr. Kushan said, race card is getting old. Dude, the race card is getting old. You're out of here, bro. You say race card, I'm throwing you out, homie, bro. No joke. You say race card, I'm throwing you out from here on out. Because you're disrespecting a lot of deaths when you say that. So you got one more use of that word. Because honestly, bro, that's disrespectful to a lot of people that suffered, man. You're going to get out of here on that word, I'm telling you. For me, I'm throwing you out. That is way too disrespectful to a lot of people that have suffered in their life. For you to throw that word out there like that. I don't care if you think he's making it up or not, because he could be making it up. He could feel like that's wrong. He could be making it up. But you use that word, you're disrespecting a lot of people, bro. No, look, man, if anybody claims that they need proof of racism is a liar and a racist. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to tell you. You use that, you got to go, bro. Because I find that word insulting. Because you're acting like it's just something we have. Like we're empowered. You like, oh, we got a race card. Yeah, we got it's a credit card or something. Oh yeah, let me use my black privilege. It's a privilege. It's a privilege to be systematically racist. And you got a card to show it. Oh yeah, look, let me pull out this. Yeah, let me pull out this. Yeah. Let me pull this out. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull out this benefit I got. Man, get out of here, bro. You know what I mean? That's exactly what they're doing. And black folk do that, man. Get out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Damon Wester in the building, man. Said the stuff Bob says in public, you can imagine what he says behind closed doors. Bud says he has texts from years ago and probably emails. Hey, man, there you go. It is what it is. If he got it, he got it. I'm not going to say that the man ain't got, that he ain't got, you know, like, stop. Like, cats ain't going to say, man, stop. Anyway, man. For now, they may be confusing it with the privilege card. That's what they call it. They act like it's a privilege. When you say that, you turn systematic suffering of hundreds of million people into some perceived benefit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, could you imagine if somebody said, "Oh, there you go, playing your Holocaust card"? Dude, ain't nobody. They would never get that shit out their mouths, bro. Oh, there you go, playing the Holocaust card. Your Holocaust card. I mean, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you literally would get thrown off of any job for saying that. Oh, there you go. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Using that Holocaust card. Man, ain't nobody want to hear that, bro. Use it. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Kick rocks, bro. Get out of here. Anyway, and black folk be using it, which is the ones that I'm like, man, will you shut up, you idiot? Anyway, Manuel says, I agree with you. Let's talk boxing and not this money beat talk and BS money talk. What's the big fight you think is going to happen this year? Hey, man, I honestly think that Errol Spence, Terence Crawford is going to fight because he's going to have to take that money. Loma Stevenson, I hope so. I'm telling you. I think Lomachenko Stevenson. I don't see Oscar Valdez, dude. Why would Bob Arum give him Oscar Valdez? I don't believe it, bro. Like, Oscar Valdez? And Oscar Valdez doesn't make him pound for pound. He said pound for pound me, which means what? Moving up weight classes. Pound for pound means the guy is a bigger weight class than you. If I think it's going to be that Terence Crawford. I think it's going to be that Lomachenko fight. Because that's what Bob Arum wanted to make, was the Lomachenko fight. Bob Arum doesn't want to make the Oscar Valdez fight. He wants to make the Vasily Lomachenko fight. You know? That's the pound for pound that Shakur said facts. That's what I believe. I don't think it is Oscar Valdez, man. I think because Bob ain't the type to be changing plans, bro. You know what I mean? And I don't think he wants to throw away a young fighter like Valdez. He'd be throwing Valdez away. And he's not going pound for pound off beating Oscar Valdez. Everybody know he's going to beat Oscar Valdez. You know what I mean? Oscar Valdez ain't a pound for pound fighter. You know what I mean? At least that's what I say. You know? What's your prediction for Lomachenko Stevenson? I got Stevenson by decision. They're not going to give him the fight if they don't think he can win. That's what I think. What about Stevenson Taylor? You mean Stevenson? Taylor's too big. Dude, Taylor's dang near a middleweight, man. He's too big. Hey, y'all, give me about 30 seconds, man. I got to be right back. You know the deal. I got to take a break real quick. Hey, do not leave. Stay put. I'll be right back. All righty, back. Yeah, man, Stevenson is too small for Josh Taylor. That's not right, man. He said, right, some interlude music would be banging. Yeah, hey, I'll make that. Actually, you know what? I'll do that, bro. And I'll do like a countdown. I'll make a video with that and a countdown. I'll put it up on the screen, bro. There you go. That makes sense. So that means Loma is not getting the Kambosos fight. I don't know, man. It'll be interesting. I don't think he will. At this point, because the WBO's not ordered the mandatory yet. They have to order the mandatory for him to get that fight. John Muhammad in the building. Relevant Society said Barry Wilson just said something worth mentioning. This lawsuit may help ease the racial discrimination in the sport of boxing by shining a light on what we have all witnessed and commenting on. Yeah, I like it for those guys. I do. I do like that they're getting that's out there. For this reason, Ja Muhammad. Hey, let me get to Ja, and then I'm gonna follow up on that. Ja Muhammad said it's Shakur versus Loma fight to try to save face from the lawsuit. Play close attention. It's all connected. Much love in that super chat, bro. How would that do? I don't understand how that would do that. He wasn't asking for the Lomachenko fight. He been offered him the Lomachenko fight. He's been offered him the Lomachenko fight. Been offered him. He said months ago that he wanted it, man. But then again, he may have known that he was getting sued months ago. But look, I will say this, and John Muhammad, thank you so much for your support in that super chat, brother. And just so everybody knows, thank you guys for supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot to me. I appreciate you guys, dude. You guys make my day every day. And you guys over here in this is supporting the Cash App. That is that for every bit that you donate through in Cash App, it's significantly more money to the channel because they don't take a percentage out of that. And I greatly appreciate everybody that supports on the Cash App at $Fanon. And also, please support busr.ag./Fanon. It definitely helps the channel grow. Let me go back here. Loma got privileges too, like Canelo. Oh, no doubt. But look, this is where I would say, yeah, anytime you bring that up and you bring up the promoting of American fighters, I think that is, you can say black fighters, right? Because most of the American fighters, the top-notch American fighters are black, right? Without a doubt. So if you ask me, if I was to say, well, how does Bob Arum promote American fighters? Take black and white out of it and tell me how significantly he promotes fighters born, or not just born, born and raised in the United States. Are you promoting American fighters, or are you promoting a boxing internationalism that to the detriment of American fighters? That's what I think he's doing, because nobody else does. And that's what I think he's doing, and HBO was doing. They tried to promote international. It's international. We're international. We're going to Japan. We're going to the UK. We're going all. You know what I'm saying? And at the meantime, they spend their time and their energy promoting fighters who are not from the United States. And they only have so many resources, and they're not promoting American fighters, right? Mighty KD say you prefer Cash App over Super Chat. Yeah, on the real I do. Yeah, absolutely. But hey, dude, seriously, I prefer what's most easy for you because you guys make the channel click. So don't feel no guilt either way. I'm super grateful for the support. Herbert Johnson said TBC and Errol fight is going to happen. I got EJ in that one, but do you see Bud sitting till the fight? Yeah, I see Bud coming to his sense and signing with Mayweather or signing with Al Heyman. Because that is just, seriously, that is something for them to sit there and be able to take advantage of. I see him coming to his senses. I don't know about his management though, but I see him coming to his senses. You know what I mean? Settling and coming to his senses. That's what I think. And honestly, bro, I would not be surprised if he still fought with Bob Arum. Much love in that super chat, bro. I would not be surprised if they still went back to Bob Arum, bro. My man, Mo the Man, said Frank Martin versus Keyshawn Davis. I know it's early, but I like it. Yeah, I would love it now. Yeah, why not? Make it happen. Absolutely, make it happen. Very strong, bro. Very, very strong fight, man. Make it happen. Let the top guy pop. Let the guy that wins pop out the top, bro. I definitely like. Oh, Ambrosio Austin, thank you, brother. Years ago, we didn't have this kind of rap session loving, man. Blessings to you from Lakeland, Florida. Thank you, Ambrosia Austin. I appreciate it, bro. And y'all's chats keep the conversation going. Trust me. Trust me. KP and KC, KP from KC said they are pushing the price down on American talent so they can pay them less than they do foreign fighters. The lawyer seems to be a super liberal too. Much love in that super chat. Hey, let me tell you something. Ain't got to be liberal. Do not believe it. They will make an argument that is their job to make. There ain't no such thing as a liberal or conservative lawyer. Your job is to be an advocate, and you are going to make the argument that you are supposed to make that is going to get you to the outcome that you want. I'm telling you, trust me. There are guys that I know, dudes that I know that are very, very liberal that make conservative arguments in court all the time, or not court. They write more than they write legislation. They write some of the most conservative legislation you can imagine, but they are very liberal themselves on the same subjects. And then I'll be like, dang, you did that. And you look at, man, dude, and it's like this. It's like you got to know. Like you can't even talk about it. You got to be like, yeah, you're making a living. Hey, ain't no worries, man. I know you make it. And they'll be like, yeah. They'll do it like, hey, don't give me no crap. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to make a living. Just like dudes, they're defense attorneys that know guys are that know people are guilty. And they're going to do whatever they can do to keep that dude out of jail because that's your job. Your job is not to do what you think is right. Your job is to be an advocate for somebody and accomplish the goal of the person that you're working for. That's what you do. And that's what and that's what people deserve. You know what I mean? Fahim Satur in that super chat. Brother, thank you so much, bro. He said, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Bud publicly reject 60-40 offer? Where's the breach? That's just talking. That's not real. That's just talking. That's not a real negotiation. That's just what we talk about. That's what we talk about. That stuff ain't, I mean, look, that's just what we talk about. When we're going back and talking barbershop top boxing, a barbershop type of boxing conversations, right? That's what we talk about. We say, oh, he said this, he said that, he meant this, he meant that. It's just barbershop talk, man. You know what I mean? Which is why I don't even understand why cats ever get offended about YouTube videos. It's all boxing conversation. It's just boxing conversation. But when you're talking about what somebody's offered and acceptance for real, that's when those guys had those contracts and you were like really reading the contract. You know what I'm saying? Really reading the contract. Which is why, like, just to let you know, that's why it was the professional in me. It was professional in me that could not stand that Devin Haney stuff. No joke. I couldn't stand it as a professional. Not as a boxing channel, but it's just somebody like, I could not do what other people did because that is my profession or was my profession at the time. Not seeing clients right now, but at the time, dude, I'm reading contracts and negotiating contracts every day, right? So when they sent that, when I got a copy of the contract and I read, because that's what they sent Gary Russell. They sent him a contract. They did not send him an offer letter. They sent him a contract. So when I read the contract, I'm like, first, this is not an offer letter. This is a binding agreement. And there's no way in the world Gary Russell Jr. should sign this. No way. It's pretty much exactly what they offered him originally that he said he didn't want any parts of, but it was it's just worded in a way that if you were not very diligent in your reading, you wouldn't have realized it. You know what I'm saying? But I realized it because that's what I do for a living, right? So I couldn't now, while usually I would be running around and saying, oh yeah, the 60-40, 70-30, yeah, and I would just talk about it like, you just like everybody else is having fun, like you're talking about politics or something. You know what I mean? But it's completely different talking about foreign policy in a barbershop than literally sitting down and writing a treaty. You know what I mean? If you're writing a treaty and you're really getting into the nuts and the bolts of the operations of an agreement, dude, that is way different than what we're doing. So no, Bud didn't do the 60-40 and all that. That's not binding. That is somebody sticking a mic in somebody's face and asking them, hey, bud, Errol said 60-40. What do you think, man? I ain't fighting that dude for no 60-40, man. 70. If it's 60-40, it's 60-40 my way. You know what I mean? That's just smack talking. That's just smack talking walking down the street. Like, would you know what I mean? That's not a real, and here's how you know it technically. Because the guy that asked him does not represent Errol. So if I walk up and I'm not a part of Errol's camp, and I say, hey, man, and I'm not representing him in an official capacity, and I don't, let me put it this way. If I don't have agency, right? If a reasonable person would not believe that I have the ability to bind Errol Spence Jr. into an agreement, then that 60-40 is not an offer. If Al Heyman walked up and said that to Bud, will you take 60-40? And he says, no, I'll take 70-30. I'll take it my way. That's him rejecting it because Al Heyman is an agent for Errol Spence Jr. And a reasonable person would assume that he has the ability to bind Errol Spence Jr. into a contractual agreement. That's called agency. And we don't have agency. Nobody would think because if I ask Errol Spence Jr. that myself, that Errol Spence Jr. bound himself and really accepted anything. So, I mean, when we're talking boxing, we got to separate what we do here from what somebody like Al Heyman is doing if he's speaking directly to somebody. And I hate to bring up that conversation all the time, but that was really the whole thing. The only issue that I had with Devin Haney and Gary Russell, because dude, that's what I was doing for a living. And when I read it, I was like, no, this is not, and I don't care what other people did videos about. The people that did videos about it didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. Excuse my language. They didn't know what they were talking about. They've never written one. They've never agreed. They've never negotiated anything like that. They don't understand the legal concepts behind them. They couldn't explain to you what a binding agreement is and isn't. They just don't know. So they're just saying, oh, he said it and you were ducking. And I'm sitting there like, you guys are morons. Shut up. You're talking about something you don't understand. No. Devin Haney sent a binding agreement to Gary Russell Jr. Binding. And it bound him to some general abstract terms that could have been defined as anything. But there was a definite obligation that he would have been signing up to fulfill. And that was a fight with Devin Haney Promotions. He was signing a binding agreement, binding promotional agreement, really, / fight agreement with Devin Haney Promotions. But it was written in a way where you wouldn't think that that was the case. And that's just the truth. And you know why? Because whoever the lawyer was that drafted that, that's what his intention was. The lawyer's intention was that. Because I read it. So nobody can ever tell me anything different. That Gary couldn't sign that. No way. If Gary would have signed that, Gary would have been the biggest idiot in the world. And I mean that. So you got to do your job. And that was my job. I wasn't hating on Devin or thinking bad of anybody. But on the real, no, we cannot bind these guys to that stuff. Herbert Johnson said, love the show, but I need a wrench though. Oh yeah, that's what's up, Herbert. I see you all the time, bro. Hold on 1 second. Let me roll. Herbert Johnson, hey, put something at the bottom of the chat, Herbert. Like real quick. I'm at the bottom. Put that at the chat. Put it at the bottom. Canelo's the greatest cherry picker in boxing. You guys are going on Canelo, huh? Trying to start these guys getting mad, huh? Hit that. Next time I see you at the bottom, I'll get it. Okay, there you go, Herbert Johnson. All right, there you go, Herbert. All right, I got you. There you go. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother, so much for your support, bro. Anyway, Fanon, only if the rest of the world understand what you said. People talking YouTube contracts like facts. Yeah, it's like, dude, they don't. But look, here's the thing, bro. Do not take this stuff. Do not take boxing. I mean, I do YouTube videos all the time, bro. What you're doing is you are taking the news and you're starting a conversation with people. And you're going back and forth in the conversation, in the comment section. That's what you're doing. You're not literally out here, negotiating all of that. So you're not. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is a barbershop conversation. I'm just starting conversations, having conversations, kicking the can around with cats about boxing, bro. Because that's a lot of times we don't get fights, and that's something that's needed, whether or not people want to believe it or not. You know what I mean? Brian G said, I see you. Oh, yeah, Brian G. No doubt. No doubt. What's going on, Scheme? I lost you again, Brian Johnson. I'll do one more today, and that's Brian Johnson, because I know you're right about that. Brian G. Is it Brian G or Brian Johnson? Brian G. Yeah, Brian G. Put some comment at the end, Brian G, so I can get you. White said, do you think Canelo will still fight Makhachev if he loses in a couple weeks? No, he won't have a belt. Makabu, nah, I don't think he's going to fight Makabu at all, dude. That is stupid, bro. I mean, that is just a dumb fight, man. And now these guys acting like they want that fight, or you guys are terrible for boxing, bro. Hey, look, man, we got 461 people in the building. Would you guys mind hitting the likes? Hit the like, bro. There you go. All right, I got you now. There you go. All right, Brian G. There you go. Please don't abuse. Don't abuse the wrench, bro. What'd he say? Beck said, Fanon reminds me of my dad. He had his own practice for like 32 years. Look, man, I'm just trying to tell you. People talk about slick talking promoters and all that stuff. Who do you think how do you think they're able to slick you? You know what I'm saying? They slick you like that, bro. It's in the ambiguities, man. It's in the ambiguities. And those things had so much ambiguity in it, you don't really know what you're committing yourself to. For real. I'm very good with contracts. Expert at contracts. I'll put it as expert at small business contracts. Expert at small business contracts. Huge ones, that's like a team of people. He said, y'all want to wrench more than the span. Panther TV, come on, man. Don't hate on cats wanting to join the community now. What do you think about Sebastian Fundora? I like him, but I don't know. He's tall. He's just tall, and I want him I don't know, man. Something is just like freak showish about him. I don't know really I don't know whether he's good or he's just tall and and I don't know how somebody's going to beat him because he's so tall. But that don't mean he's not going to get beat. You know what I mean? Old School Saints said, give me them old time fighters, 40s, 50s, 60s, one champ, 8 division, the mob ran boxing in an organized way. Today's promoters and governors, stone cold criminals, all of them. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%, bro. No joke. Caden said, Fanon read the lines, underlines. Yeah, I read, dude, I'm serious, man. Y'all sound, and these guys didn't even know it. You sounded like idiots. And they were laughing at you. I guarantee you, bro. I guarantee you. They were laughing at you. Because there ain't no way no self-respecting negotiator was not laughing at you from behind. Anybody that supported that, y'all was getting laughed at. And I mean it. And I wasn't going to be one, bro. I'm like, nah, not going to, hell no. Robin Williams said he's tall, but he can fight. Uses his distance very well, though. He controls the whole fight against that boy. Yeah, I just don't know, man. I think he's a good fighter. I don't know, bro. Eddie Monster said, Fanon, do you think Xander Zayas will be a champion at 147? Is he 147 or is he 154? Isn't Xander Zayas Is Xander Zayas 140 or 154? I don't remember what weight class he's in, to be honest with you. I know he's not welterweight. Yeah, he's 154. Okay. I know he's not welterweight. I think he's 154, right? Because I was like, is he 140? Nah, I think he's because he's a big boy. He's a big boy, man. Nah, he's not at 147. He's like 154, man. Xander Zayas is a big dude. He's not there, man. Herbert Johnson, much love in that super chat, bro. He said, but the mob also picked the champ, so just as bad. I mean, pick your poison, bro. But we would get right now. We'd be getting more fights. But a lot of these cats ain't far off from it anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's in 154. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that, man. I think he's a good fighter though. I like him, bro. He said for 9, F the term sheet. How can a 126-pounder duck 135? It don't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's stupid, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it's just like, man, I was begging cats to leave me alone about that, bro. Please don't bring this to me. Like, I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be silent on a lot of stupidity, but just allow me to be stupid. Let me be silent. You know what I mean? Let me just be silent. Don't even come around me asking me to support it. I can't do it. I won't do it. No way, bro. He said, for 9, I've been following him. He's real nice. Xander, yeah, Xander's eye is real nice. But he's 19 and he ain't fought nobody yet. You know what I'm saying? So I can't, we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. He looks technically very, very sound and all that good old stuff. You know what I mean? Looks talented, all of that. What do I think about Lopez Zepeda? I don't, bro. I'm telling you, I think Teofimo Lopez is done, bro. Teofimo Lopez is done until proven otherwise for me. I don't believe him. I believe Cass is going to look at him licking their chops. And to boot, I think Bob's going to throw him in there with somebody that's going to be. Because, man, George Kambosos ain't that good, man. George Kambosos ain't that good. Dude, he lost to a dude that is going to lose to any of those other. Dude, the very next guy to fight George Kambosos is going to beat him. As long as he fights the top guy, the very next one is going to beat him, bro. I'm not believing it. Islam Makavev versus Benel Darius, man, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I haven't seen either one of those guys fight. Do not know. Charlo versus Caleb Plant, who you got? I got Charlo. Because Caleb done got busted for not having a chin and being a very big sucker for a left hook. So he's a sucker for a left hook. No. Boom. He's a sucker for that left hook. I don't believe him. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe him. Not after that. Sucker for a left hook, bro. Yeah, I don't know who those guys are, man. I'd love to give you my opinion, but I've not seen them fight. I don't think you're spelling, unless you're not spelling the name right. Because it sounds like you're trying to say Madvidov. Because you're trying to talk about Madvidov, that's, Makhachev, Islam, I thought it's Islam Makhachev. Yeah, I couldn't tell you, bro. About them dudes. Man, Zenus 360 said, I like Xander a lot. It's just 154 is such a hard division. It's going to take some time to hang with those guys. Yeah, and he's going to be at 160 too. He's only 19, dude. He's going to be at 160 before. He's going to be there before too long, man. Kambosos, Davis, man, Davis going to stop. Man, all those guys are going to beat him, bro. All of them are going to beat him, man. All of them. Ain't none of those guys. Devin Haney's going to beat Kambosos. My man in that building, man, thank you. Larry Lassie said, keep up the good work. Non-bias plus facts. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, bro. Much love in that super chat, brother. In that cash app, bro. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm telling you, them non-biased people do not donate. Them cats and them dudes that say, hey, y'all never do it. You never support, bro. I'm not talking about you, though. And my man, what's going on, my man? Marky Mark said, I'm sorry, I messed up. MFVP Detroit, keep up the content, brother. Thank you so much for that support and that cash app, brother. Thank you so much, man. We'll surely do, bro. Yeah, George Kambosos is a hype man. I ain't trying to hear nothing about George Kambosos, bro. I don't believe him at all. I'm just telling you. George Kambosos, because dude, his promoter didn't believe him, man. I mean, when you got Lou DiBella looking like, yeah, man, I got to tell you, man, I didn't believe in him like he believed in himself. He would talk about everything he's doing. I would be like, okay, yeah, I know you're a good fighter, but you sure are talking it up a lot. But he said he backed it up and he proved it. Dude, Lou DiBella was surprised he beat Teofimo Lopez. Lou DiBella. And you saw the Nakatani who, some people, I thought he won the Nakatani fight, but it was a tough fight with Nakatani. And Nakatani ain't all that, bro. I never understood why certain people were amping up Nakatani. Not to throw smoke at people, not to throw shade at people, but I was like, Nakatani? Man, Nakatani looked like he is destined to get knocked out. No joke. George got off because Teo was sloppy and looking for a knockout. Dude, he beat him because he's the better fighter that night. And if you can dip to that level, bro, you can dip again. I don't believe him, dude. He should have been. I don't believe that a guy that, if you are that level of fighter, you're not going to lose to George Kambosos. It just can't happen, homie. Something could be wrong with your camp, but your camp is part of it. Something could be wrong with, your health, but your health is part of it. You know what I mean? If you didn't belong at the weight class and because he blew up in weight and he's partying and drinking and doing whatever else, dude, that's part of you too. At the end of the day, dude, he walked into that ring and he got whooped, whooped and clowned by a dude that ain't got no business beating a guy if he's that good. You see what's going on with Shakur Stevenson. You see what's going on with Devin Haney. Dude, those dudes stay in the gym. They stay disciplined. They stay on the task. And like I'm trying to teach my son, dude, consistency is a lot of it, bro. Like if you want improvement to continually get better, bro, you got to be very, very consistent. You got to day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out. Justin Booker said, who is beating Kambosos? No one. So what? So what if nobody beat him? So what? Nobody's beating Devin Haney. Who is beating Devin Haney, Justin Booker? Nobody. Who's beating Tank Davis? Nobody. Who's beating Michelle Rivera? Nobody. Who's beating Shakur Stevenson? Nobody. Nobody's beating any of those guys. So, does that mean they're all gonna never lose? Does that mean that you stick them all into the wing? You stick the two undefeated. Have you ever seen two undefeated fighters get in the ring and they both come out undefeated? If it's not a draw, you think it's all gonna be a draw? Teofimo Lopez had never lost before he got in there with George Kambosos. Had he? He was undefeated against George Kambosos. He lost. Nah, dude, George Kambosos ain't that good a fighter, homie. I've seen George Kambosos fight other people. George Kambosos is not that good a fighter, bro. He's not. Who has he fought? Selby? I saw, was it Lee Selby? Who did he fight? Lee Selby? Dude, he won the fight. Looked like, okay, whatever, against Lee Selby. Stop. You know what I mean? I don't believe him, bro. He's going to have to beat somebody else. I think it was low. I just think Teofimo Lopez got very undisciplined. He has obviously, dude, he wound up getting a knockdown, couldn't do anything with it, relied on his power too much. Devin Webster said, you think Bud need to do some bridge repair with the PBC? Nah, man, them dudes on business, bro. Much love in the super chat, bro. Them guys I'm telling you something. They're about business. I don't think those guys take that stuff. I don't think they take stuff too personally. I think those guys are about business. I'm sure Al Heyman is about business, bro. I'm sure because Al Heyman has done business with people that have sued him. Bob Arum has sued Al Heyman. Doesn't seem like Al Heyman took it too personally. He still do business and send fighters to fight with Top Rank. I doubt very much that his job is to make his fighters money and to make himself money. You know what I mean? And as long as there's money in it, these guys are going to make that money. They're not going to leave. They're not going to leave stuff out. Yeah, T.Y., I know boxing, anything can happen, but yeah, anything can happen. But I'm not going to bet that anything is going to happen. I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen. Shakur Stevenson could be fighting. Shakur Stevenson could fight, I don't know, Navrati and blow his back out and lose. Anything can happen, but I ain't about to bet on that. Kambosos B-level fighter beat a delusional fighter in his first step-up fight. Much love in the super chat. Second one. Black Preacher Man Sports from Caleb. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Jeffrey Brooks said, just reading your headline, Fanon, who's attacking Bud? That would be George Foreman and somebody Ali. Or Ali, what's his name? Walsh. The Ali kid. Now, I'm sorry to say this. The Muhammad Ali kid, Muhammad Ali's kid that married the Jewish dude. Him. Much love in the super chat. Muhammad Ali's daughter that is married to that is Ali Walsh's mother. Her. Nico's mother. Yeah, Nico Walsh's mother. I think Zenith 360. And hey, man, much love in that super chat, brother. And thank you to everybody supporting the Cash App and the super chat. Oh, her name is Rashida. Yeah, Rashida Ali Walsh. There you go. Zenith 360 said, I think Heyman is a businessman, but I don't think they're going to give him as much as they could have if he wouldn't have been disrespectful. Nah, dude, I mean, I don't think those guys are going to hold that. Really? Dude, that's the only logical place for him to go, man. I mean, it's just simple. Who else? There's only a certain amount of people putting fights on that can air his fights. It's not even complicated at this point. If Bud goes any other direction but to the PBC, dude, he's fronting. That's just it. You fronting. That's it. There's nowhere else for you to go. What are you saying? Like, where are you going to go? There's one grocery store in town. What are you talking about? You're not, hey, I'm mad at the grocery store. Dude, it's the only grocery store for 500 miles. You're going to come back to that grocery store, bro. So you might as well just be polite to the owner. You know what I'm saying? Be polite, suck it up and make the deal, man. Whatever it is, make the deal. Or retire. Because if he's got enough money to retire, retirement is also on the table. He may say, that's it, I'm done. Because that's what Andre Ward did. Andre Ward said, I'm up. That's it, I'm done. And he did it man, how old was he? Around the same age. Said, hey, I'm up. That's it. Straight conversation, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. Oh, by the way, will y'all hit that like button for me? We got 5. Can we get the likes over 500? I know some of y'all new to the chat and hit that like. MFP Detroit, by the way, who showed that love in that Cash App. Thank you so much, MFP Detroit. And actually, bro, let me do something, bro. I got to support my man, MFP Detroit. Because that ain't the first time you done supported me like that, man. MFP Detroit, you got a wrench, bro. So I can see you in blue when I'm over there. Thank you, brother, for all that support, man. Thank you. This government was created off racism. The first police officers were created to catch runaway slaves. Oh, no doubt. But, don't pay attention to the ground. Don't pay attention to the ground that you stand on. It was just put there. You know what I'm saying? The mud under your feet was just put there. Now, can anybody tell me what I mean by that? Don't pay any attention to the ground. It was just put there. Straight conversation said, my bad, Fanon. That was actually for Drew. Oh, you're watching the 2 lives. But hey, man, thank you, brother. What was I appreciate that, bro. Oh, yeah, that's I was like, yeah, you dripped that. Yeah, okay, you dripped that on this one. That's what's up, man. Thank you, brother. Said, except is how it is and keep walking. That's what he mean. No, I'm going to tell you what I mean. I mean that everything is built on something. And your foundation is your foundation. And you're not going to move off your foundation. The foundation of every system that is here is based off white supremacy. That's what it was based off of. That's what the country was founded on. And that is a legitimate, honest fact. So when you build institutions, when you build traditions and customs and all that stuff based on that, it's going to be there. It's just going to be there. Things are what they are in the beginning. They can modify, they can change, they can adapt, you can compensate, but it is what it is, bro. We still speak English. It's not changing. The foundational language is not changed. The structural organization of the country has not changed. Just what it is. And you got to deal with it and try to compensate for it. And I think everybody would agree with that. But some people just say, no, you're just making it up. It doesn't exist at all. Because they're not looking at the ground under the feet. Literally and figuratively, bro. Literally and figuratively. Anyway, Jeffrey Brooks said, I think Bud is playing with fire doing this. Bob has the power to blackball you unless Bud hanging them gloves up anyway. Now, I don't know if he does. I don't know if he has the power to keep. He doesn't have the power to blackball you with the PBC. I don't think. But, straight conversation. My bad for now. That was for Drew. I'm live streaming too, but take that super chat. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you so much, bro. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much. And thank you for the support. Right, because they're not built on it, bro. Magna, because they're not built on it. They don't have the skin. If you don't have the skin, you're not going to feel it. It's not there for you because it's not there for you. It's not. It doesn't exist for you. And that's the truth. For them, it doesn't exist. And it truly for them doesn't exist. So for them, they say, hey, it doesn't exist. Because for you, it doesn't. You're right. There you go. It doesn't. You're right. Yes, it's not something objective that you can be put in. So for you, it doesn't exist, but it exists for other people, bro. It does. Deborah Brooker, so much love in that super chat. That's all I'm saying. It's like sexism. For me, I've never experienced sexism in my life. Ever. I've never experienced sexism. Right? I've never experienced homophobia. I've never experienced that. For me, it doesn't exist. And I mean it. It literally does not exist for me because I've never experienced it ever. People are trying to draw my attention to it and point out its existence, but it doesn't exist for me because I've never dealt with it. Right? If you've not ever dealt with racism, if you're not the subject of it, it doesn't exist for you. So Paulie Malignaggi can run around and say it doesn't exist because it doesn't exist for him. Doesn't. Not for you. It doesn't exist. But do not tell other people that it exists that it doesn't exist for them. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, at least that's the way that I see it. That's why I don't blame people who don't see it. Because, dude, you're very self-centered. Paulie Malignaggi is incredibly self-centered. He can only see the world through his eyes. So everything he justifies and everything that he sees is based off his experience. That's why he said, look, man, you can listen to him. He says, look, I've been arrested before. Yeah, but have you ever been black? No. Well, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Then shut up. Because the subject isn't whether or not you've been arrested before. Yes, there's been a lot of people there's a lot of white people that have been subject to police brutality. For sure. Absolutely there have been. A lot of white people have had a lot of suffering in their lives. Suffered from poverty, suffered from judicial mistreatment, all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff that they've suffered from. Nobody's saying, but dude, don't jump into somebody else's experience and tell them that their experience is not real. It's just not real to you. So that's why I ignore Paulie's to be ignored, bro. Just to be ignored, bro, because you're so self-centered that you think everybody lives in the same situation that you do. That's just not true. You know what I mean? You just like the stuff with the homophobia, bro. Like, I never on my channel, and I've actually I've made major, had a lot of beef because I was like, yeah, we can't keep doing this show if y'all gonna keep calling people FAGs. You know what I mean? You can't keep doing that. I can't keep hearing that. I don't want that around me because I do know that there are people that really do suffer in their life, have suffered because of the fact that because of who they're attracted to. I've never suffered from that. But that don't mean it's not real from them, you know? Anyway. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, man, Paulie Malignaggi's just very self-centered. That's where I would put it. He's very self-centered. He sees the world as if his experience is universal to everyone else's experience. And that's not how the brain works. That's not how society works. That's just not reality. You are always the center of your world. That does not mean that you are center of somebody else's world. You know what I mean? It's just, and you trying to run around and blame people for telling you what their world is like when you're not in it, to me makes it sound like you're so self-centered that and so egotistical that you think you can tell what other people are feeling. You can't do it. You know? That was nothing. I was raised in Mississippi in 2007. Man, shut up. Bye. Anyway, dude. Bye. I got to get you out of here. Toya Martin, nice to meet you. Anyway, the Martin 1940. Chilling. For now, people are okay with Riley being removed from his fight based off allegations and no proof. But as soon as someone else calls out, he gets ambushed and gaslighted. Hold on, what? Oh, I get your point. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to make sense of that. Yeah, you know, right, because that exists. People can understand. People can understand getting accused of getting falsely accused of sexual assault. Everybody can relate to being accused of something, getting blamed for something with no proof and suffering from it. That's within your experience. That's easy. That's easy to see. That's easy to experience. It's real to them. Being mistreated is real to them. You know? Oh, but you're saying I'm sorry, but you're flipping it the other way around. You're saying they were okay with that and didn't care. But, oh yeah, but those same people can appreciate being called racist because that's probably what they've been called before. Anyway, anyway, man, I don't want to do a lot of this stuff. I don't want to do a lot of that stuff, man. Our Air Productions said, real talk, that was a reality check for my own self. The facts that you said about Polly, said, real talk, that was a reality check for my own self. The facts you said about Polly, I can relate. Yeah, it's just, dude, we can all relate to like being judgmental of other people, man. And thinking that what we're going through is what they're going through. But it's not. And Paulie Malignaggi cannot relate to that. He's self-centered. It's very clear. He's very egotistical. He's very, very self-centered. And when you listen to what's the fat boy? Jason Whitlock. You listen to what Jason Whitlock talk. Jason Whitlock is extremely self-centered. He's very, very arrogant about what he believes. And he thinks that everything that is good for him and that works for him would work for everybody else. And his experiences are everybody else's experiences. And because it's just silly. Even though he would not claim, watch this though, he would never claim that racism has never existed. You know what I mean? But he will claim that it doesn't exist for you right now because he doesn't believe it exists for him right now. His problem is black people. Probably the ones that he grew up around calling him fat his whole life. Because Jason Whitlock is more fat than he is black. I'm sorry to say it. That was his suffering. His suffering has been that he's obese. Oh, I'm obese. That was all of my suffering comes because I'm obese and these guys calling me fat blackie and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Anyway. Mellow Fresh said, do you think Bud can prove racial discrimination? No. I don't think he can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. I don't know if he can or not. I don't know what he has. If he has it on tape and he says, yeah, you don't sell because you're black and I don't want to sell black folk. If he's got that on tape, he can prove it. But I don't know if he can or he can't. Can you at least answer if you would amend the claim to something easier to prove with I'm not going to amend the claim. His claim isn't racism. Mellow Fresh. His claim is breach of contract. His complaint is breach of contract. He doesn't have to amend that. He's claiming breach of contract. He's not suing him for racism. He's suing him for breach of contract. It's not, you get it? That's not the same thing. People are talking about what he put in there. People are talking about what he put in there. But that's not what he's suing for. It's an explanation for why the man breached his contract. He's not actually claiming, he's not asking for any money because the guy's racist. He's asking for money because the guy breached his contract. And specifically, he breached his contract by not giving him 2 fights in 2019, not giving him not getting in the Errol Spence Jr. fight. Potato Chip 777 said, for Jason Whitlock conversation, speaking facts. Much love, man. That's when it comes off on me, bro. Yeah, he's not suing for that. He ain't suing for breach of contract. So, nah. And honestly, dude, there's merits to his breach of contract. They're going to defend him based on him getting, basically him kicking down his door with them accusations. They're defending the accusations and saying that that's not the reason why these things didn't happen. And they'll come up with whatever justification for whatever is that actually happened, man. Phoenix said, why does it seem like a lot of those people are getting more offended at someone being called racist than actual racism? Because it makes them very, very sensitive about it. They can relate to being called racist. And most people that are racist don't feel that they are. They make the assumption that what they believe is reasonable. There you go. Most people do not believe that they are. They believe that they're doing things based on logic and that they are being reasonable, right? Listen to Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie Malignaggi will sit there and give you a reason why it's logical that George Floyd got killed. And he will lay it out. Oh, it's not racism. It's because he argued too much. It's because the guy was busy and he said, come here, and he wasn't about to wait all day for you to come on and do what you said. That's why he stuck his neck. That's why he put his knee on his neck and sat there for 8 minutes. It's just logical. And yeah, he may have overreacted a little bit. He may have overreacted and done more than he's supposed to be. But basically, it's logical that he got mad and he reacted because he was angry and the guy died because what they call it is the but for cause, right? But for cause. But for George Floyd talking back, the police officer wouldn't have gotten mad. And then he wouldn't have put his knee on his neck and killed him. So really, let's go back to the but for cause. The but for cause is George Floyd talking back. If George Floyd would have just said, yes, Amasa. Yes, Amasa, what can I do for you, sir? If you would have said that, then the guy wouldn't have got mad. He might have giggled. He might have giggled like, oh, man, you ain't got to do all of that. Hey, look, would you not sell these cigarettes here or just we get in the car? Yes, boss, give me the key. I'll jump right in there now, sir. Right? If he would have done that, he wouldn't have got killed. That's Paulie Malignaggi's argument. Right? But for him talking back, but for, see what I'm saying? But that's logical to Paulie. That makes sense to Paulie. Makes sense to him. He doesn't think he's being racist. He thinks he's being logical. But if you ask him, so Paulie, so you think this wouldn't have happened because it's probably true what you're saying, Paulie. If he was like, yes, sir, boss, sir. Yes, sir, boss, sir. Hey, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can I get in that car now? Because yes, I did do it, sir. And I know my name is this and here's my license. That he probably wouldn't have got beaten up. He probably wouldn't have. And that's the truth. Does that mean that the police officer wasn't racist when he killed a man? No, it doesn't mean that at all. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't make, because there's some racist slave owners that work the same way with, bro. It worked the same way. So anyway, yeah, Paulie's Most people think they're being logical. And that's why, honestly, guys like Jason Whitlock get along with guys like and Steve Kim, by the way, get along with a lot of racists. Because they follow the logic. They follow the logic, they accept the logic, they share the logic, and as a result, they're all good buddies. Period. And they laugh and they can all, thank you so much to my man Frankie in that Cash App. Thank you so much for that support, brother. So check out my brother Abraham Supernova at ESPN. Thank you, brother. Absolutely will do. My man Wally Scott Bates said, peace, God, just showing love, man. You showing love big time, bro. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for that support and that love and that super chat, bro. Jean-Pierre said, much love, bro. Great content. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for that support, brother. Thank you so much, bro. You know what I mean? But like I said, bro, that's why I don't get mad. I don't get mad at what's his name? At Steve Kim. He's just convinced himself that if you can make logical sense of it, then the other person, if you can make a logical argument that whatever the other guy's saying is discredited, because you can make a logical argument to the contrary, which is not the case. All right. Yeah. If you just did this, he wouldn't have done that. Yeah. We understand that. I got that. So if somebody comes to my car and they say, give me your wallet, and give me the keys, and I say no, and they shoot me in the head, that guy's still a murderer and a criminal. Would I have lived would I have lived if I had given my car keys, gave him my wallet, got out of the car and say, hey, thanks, man, have a nice day, goodbye? Would that have been the smartest thing to do? Yeah, probably. Doesn't mean the guy's not a murderer. Doesn't mean that I'm not a victim of crime, and it doesn't put me in the wrong. Anyway, man. Hey, sorry, off topic. Left the super chat. What's your opinion? Thanks, bro. Oh, I appreciate you, bro. Get me off that topic. I hate that topic. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I hate that topic. Just letting you know. I'm gonna back up a little bit, bro, because I do not like talking about that stuff at all. Ruby's QBO, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, bro. He said, great chat. Thanks. Who wins, Prime, Floyd, or Bud? Floyd. Floyd beats him, brother. Floyd beats him. Because Bob Arum won't make the fight. Too expensive. Potato Chips 777 for the Jason Whitlock conversation. Speaking facts, brother. Thank you so much for that super chat, brother. I appreciate you so much. I don't know if I had gotten that all right. It feels like I'd already gotten that. But I don't care. I'll read it twice. You guys are supporting. I appreciate you, bro. He said, I'm sure Bud's attorney found something in and told him that he had a case. He sounds like he does. Because he didn't pay. If he did not get paid for that, if he didn't get paid for, if he did not get the 2 fights and get paid for the second fight, he's got a case. No, he's got an argument, bro. I can see how he's got an argument. 100 miles an hour, I can see how he's got the argument, bro. Jason Whitlock, Stephen A. Smith, absolutely terrible. Yeah, dude, but they talk sports, bro. You're not supposed to listen to them about other stuff. You know what I mean? He's like, so what, man? Everybody's a bunch of idiots in the world, bro. Ahead of the Curve said, I think it's logical if the reparations were given blacks, it would settle down and crime would go down. It's illogical that the government does not. I don't think so. I don't think so. But I don't want to talk about reparations and all that stuff, man, because there's a lot of people that are not black in the conversation, and I don't necessarily want you guys to have to listen to our conversation all the time. And this is a boxing channel, but when the time is right, I'll definitely represent it. But after that, I kind of just want to keep it boxing, man. Really, I really and truly do, bro. Because at this point in time, dude, the most effective we can be is in boxing, you know? And I don't want to other people think is what other people think. I don't want to sound like I got all the world answers, bro, because I do not. Justin Rigo said, Fanon, what do you think about Stephen Fulton Jr. on the pound for pound list. Is he? I wouldn't put him there. I wouldn't put him on the top 10. I wouldn't put Stephen Fulton on there. I think he's a very, very good fighter, but I wouldn't put him on there. I don't think so. And I know for sure, Stiffs, if you're relating that to Shakur Stevenson, I don't think he's going to get on the pound for pound list. If he beats Shakur Stevenson, yeah, throw him on there for sure. If he goes up there and beats Shakur Stevenson. But I don't know. I mean, I just don't think so, bro. He said entertainer. Oh, no doubt about it, bro. Entertainers are not leaders. Like, why are you talking? Dude, I said that a lot. Like, I'm not listening to what y'all got to say. Like, I think what I think, and I'm telling you guys right now, bro, listen, you got to make up your own mind, homie. Like, make up your own mind. I'm telling you what I experienced, what my viewpoint is, but I understand full well that I do not understand everything in the world. So just straight up, I know full well that there is racism in the world. I cannot tell you if any particular one instance is that, because you have to look at that circumstance to judge that person in that instance. I can suspect it. I can try to protect myself against the eventuality that it will happen, but I'm not going to sit there and tell you that I think Bob Arum's a racist, because I don't know that. And I think it's very unfair to him, if he's not, just to take circumstantial evidence and run with it. You know what I mean? However, I think that it would be silly if you did not protect your own interests in case he is. You know what I'm saying? Because it exists. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if every dog is going to bite. I can't tell you if that dog bites or doesn't bite. I'm not going to go stick my hand in his mouth. I know that. Jeffrey Brooks said, Bud is cashing out with 10 million. It's only a 2-fight deal to him. Much love in that super chat, bro. Dude, $10 million is a lot of money, homie. $10 million is a lot of money. And he might be trying to force him to do something. I don't know. He said, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, act like it's a duck. I got it. I got you for sure. I'm just telling you. You're not going to, cats that always call, it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? It just never works, bro. That argument never works for me. He said, me neither, wanted opinion. He said, Nana Yah said, Fanan, do you think fighters such as Crawford, who may not be the best salesman, could benefit from media coaching? Similar to other sports like the NBA, NFL? I don't know. I don't think Bud could. Bud is stubborn. Very, very stubborn. Clearly. Very, very stubborn. I'm sure he's had media coaching. Sure he's had, but I just don't know, man. I think you got to have a certain amount of, salesmanship in you to do that stuff that Floyd Mayweather does. Because Floyd Mayweather Jr., honestly, bro, Floyd Mayweather Jr. comes off, I can tell when Floyd Mayweather Jr. is being real and when Floyd Mayweather Jr. is being fake. Like Floyd Mayweather Jr. trying to sell me NFTs and stuff like that. Dog, he being fake, bro. Like, you can go away with that. You are being 100% sales. And when he's talking like this, he's selling. When he's speaking from the heart, you know when he's telling the truth. Whenever you see him like that sale, he is selling you. He's got body language that tells you he's selling you. Devin Wester said 3 realistic things you would do to clean up boxing. 3 realistic things? Fire Mauricio Suleiman. Or let me see. 3 things that I would do to clean up boxing. I would put hardcore boxing advocates on the Association of Boxing Councils, commissions, and pay them well. I would enforce journalistic integrity in the media. Guys like, and I would not allow somebody to be paid, journalists to be paid by promoters. But, that's just, because I think that's one of the biggest problems with boxing is the media. Because the media is out there selling a lot of nonsense, man, in my opinion. But realistic, dude, is nothing's realistic with these guys. That's what's hard. Like, nothing is realistic with these guys. You know what I mean? Like, I would say that it's unrealistic to add more weight classes when we already got too many, but then they do it. So it's unrealistic. It's really unrealistic to expect them not to get to 30 weight classes. Like, in 50 years, these guys could be at 30 weight classes. With guys like the way that Mauricio Suleiman is going, there could be 30 weight classes. 15 different sanctioning bodies. Whatever is going to stop the structural growth of boxing, I'm for. Whatever is going to stop and revert the structural growth. We don't need 4 sanctioning bodies. It's bad for boxing. We don't need 18 weight classes. It's bad for boxing. Terrible for boxing. Quite honestly, we don't need 4 network deals for boxing. Bad for boxing. Don't need 4 of them. That's what I think. And honestly, man, I would rather have, I just think in a U.S. boxing for specific, just need more of an American, more of a national focus. More of a national focus on boxing in the United States would be great for boxing. If they featured more American boxing and they actually got real press coverage, not ESPN, not Ring. Because Ring is owned by a promoter because ESPN is a promoter. ESPN is owned by a promoter because that's owned by Golden Boy. And those are the magazines and the people that talk the most about boxing are people that are paid one way or the other by the promoter. Because I, for the life of me, cannot figure out how these guys can afford it. I don't understand it. Like, I look at guys on Twitter, I'm like, how does this guy earn a living? I mean, it's clear that this is a full-time gig for him. Who's paying him? You know what I'm saying? Who's paying you? Well, you have to have somebody connected to a promoter or has an interest in promoting fights paying you. Because that's just how the world works. They don't get a lot of views. They don't have a lot of, they don't get a lot of views on YouTube. They don't get a lot of people listening to their podcasts. They don't have a lot of people reading their articles, but the articles keep coming out. The podcasts keep coming out. All that stuff keeps coming out. They got to be part of some machine. They all are in unison about certain things. You know what I mean? Chris Mannix doesn't know Chris Mannix probably don't even like boxing. But he is clearly a salesman. Clearly a salesman for Golden Boy. Clearly a salesman for the Zone and not a media guy. At least I know how YouTube guys make their money. Know it and can predict it. Like, okay, I know what's going to happen today because I know how cats make their money. You know what I mean? I know it. So it's easy. They're going to put a video out or they're going to do a live stream and they're going to get a super chat. They're going to get views, right? They're going to get a sponsorship on their channel. You can tell where it comes from. But these other guys, you just don't even know. You know what I mean? Like, how many people are really buying Ring Magazine? That's being covered by Golden Boy. That's being subsidized by something. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's what I think. Something to control the media and something to stop the growth of boxing. And by growth, I mean the structural growth. No more, we don't need Bridger weights. We don't need franchise belts. We don't need more regional belts in Tijuana, more regional belts somewhere. Don't need them. Not at world-class level boxing, and definitely not on U.S. television. Because I honestly really only care about American boxing. And that's just to be honest. Like, that's what I care about. I care about a boxing going on fights with fighters that I want to see on networks that I subscribe to. On occasion, I'll be interested in a fight that's going on in the UK. On occasion. But generally speaking, I could not care less about those fights in Japan. Do not care. Right? I care that I get to see Errol Spence Jr. fight Terence Crawford. I care that I get to see Mexico, right? I care about Canelo Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin. Canelo Alvarez, Jamal Charlo. right? I cared about Deontay Wilder getting the fight with Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury, right? Care about Shakur Stevenson getting his fight with Oscar Valdez. Those are and quite honestly, those are the big fights in boxing, are the fights that are wind up really being American domestic boxing, from my viewpoint, anyway. So whatever will get the focus more on American boxers and making fewer options. Like, I don't care about a lot. Like, for example, Tony Yoka is going to fight Voracek. Okay, that'll be interesting when they get to the top of the sport. That is going on. You know what I mean? But dude, I would much rather see just the top level fighters fight. You know what I mean? Freem Sator said that today's show was fire. I appreciate that, man. I'm sorry and I apologize to anybody that did not want to have all the conversation about black folks' problems. Okay, if you guys didn't, not everybody wants to hear that. I understand that. Smoke Dog Baby said Valdez is no pushover. He's going to get pushed over by Shakur. Valdez is going to lose 12 straight rounds to Shakur Stevenson. Is not going to win a round. I doubt very much that Oscar Valdez wins a minute of any rounds against Shakur Stevenson. He's not a pushover, but he is not on the level. He's not that level of fighter, bro. Shakur Stevenson is going to get him, bro. He's just another level fighter, bro. The Martin 940 said the conversation needs to be had. Hey, I understand that. But it is what it is, bro. I don't, that's how I see it. That's how I see it. But anyway, look, man, much love to everybody. Thank you guys so much for supporting in the chat. Thank you guys for everybody. Smoke Dog Baby says, Baby said, fair play. Thanks, bro. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, there's a lot of cats that, just want to talk boxing, bro. And I can truly appreciate that. But dang, man, let me get these super chats, bro. My man, Kevin Faulkner said, keep presenting boxing with integrity and intellect. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, bro. If people won't slander me, I will. You get slandered for doing that stuff, bro. Your hard work. Oh, much love to my man, Mellow Fresh said, for your hard work. You are my morning news. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you, guys. My man, Poppy Chulo, baby finance, my love, get you one. Said I fucks with your channel daily. Here's my coffee money. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Oh man, I appreciate you, dude. The support is needed and the support is appreciated, brother. And my man, Decode1 said, yo, Noop, what's going on? Yo, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Fi. And that is big love right there. Thank you so much for your support, bro. And with that, look, I'm going to get up out of here, man. Y'all enjoy your day. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back on Sunday, more than likely. I may do tomorrow, but more than likely I'll be back on Sunday because I like to take at least, one day off in the morning. And Bear Squad Boxing, your channel has gotten so much better. Love it. Thanks, Bear. Big Bear Boxing Squad. I appreciate you, brother. Anyway, with that, I'm out. Deuces.